My country people then, this is about Tapang Ivo versus Mark Bareta. So if you've been following Ambazonia drama, you would know that there is a civil war going on in the Republic of Ambazonia. On one side, you have the IGASC, and on the other side, you have the AGC ADF, led by Ayabacho. So the Batibo incident happened on the 15th of December 2018, where some Amba boys went and attacked another Amba camp and killed so many. And the IG is blaming the AGC for the attack. So the activists, the Ambazonia activists, including Mark Bareta and Prince J. Carr, created a WhatsApp group where they were discussing how to be impartial, how to report the infighting, what's going on within the Ambazonia movement, and how they can address it as activists. And one of the audios that were recorded by Mark Bareta into the WhatsApp group was leaked out, and the audio was focused on Ayabacho, Tapang Ivo, and the ATF, because Mark Bareta and the IG blamed the ATF for carrying out the attack in Batibo. So when Tapang Ivo heard the audio, he made a reply, a response to it. So I'm going to play the part where Mark Bareta recorded and put into the WhatsApp group, and then at the end of it, I'm going to play Tapang Ivo's response. Wuna, listen.
My people, what happened in Batibo is evil, is heinous, is callous. Whether the ADF, AGC, Ayabacho Lucas knew of it before it happened or not, it is inconsequential. Leadership must take responsibility, which means that immediately as it happened, Joe Ayaba should have come out, even with just a line or two, and said and denounce whatever happens in Batibo before even planning to come today to give a statement live on Facebook. His actions then would have even neutralized all bad faith going up. That's what we want. That's leadership being active, not him staying quiet. And spokesman Tapang Ivo, who has not been helpful to the ADF, making statements which only provokes the people, which only gives more anger, which even shows no remorse to the actions that happens in Batibo. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. First, he gave statements, mixed statements, as that it was the Republic that took them, which we were all lies. And so, if the ADA leadership Choyaba sits quiet while Ivo does these things, it means he tolerates that. And all the blame goes to leadership, goes to the head, which is him, even if he gives the orders or not. Which means he is supposed, as a leader, to tell his spokesman, this is what you are supposed to say at this point in time. Don't do this because you only help to escalate the issues. But he has failed to do that. Which means even if he said, Tapang Ivo, do this and do that, don't say this, don't do that, and Tapang Ivo goes ahead. Why not say, okay, you are relieved as a spokesman because you are causing more damage to the AGC, ADF than what we expected. So that Ivo can go on being an individual, because whatever that Ivo Tapang says, whether it is ADF position or not, he's being looked as representing the ADF position. And those in the AGC, they will agree with me. They will agree with me. It is better he goes and been doing his activism. So whatever happened in Batibo was callous and heinous and should not be tolerated.
My name is Tapang Ivo, Danku, and I want to react to Mark Bareta. I have listened to an audio message purportedly shared by him in one of its private groups, bringing together activists, selected activists, to work for the IG, including Prince J. Carr. I would not go into the details of his message, but I want to address a particular point. Mark Bareta, you clearly stated that I should be sacked from the AGC or the ADF. Did you appoint me? Are you a member of the ADF? Were you aware that I will be appointed? Should you be aware that I will be sacked? Na Caterpillar go sack Tapang from ADF. I repeat, na Caterpillar go sack Tapang from ADF. Even His Excellency, rebel leader, Dr. Ayaba Cho Lucas, cannot sack me from the ADF. The ADF members and all its millions of followers would sack Tapang. The job I've been doing so far has kept the IG on the edge of their seats. The IG, the NGO created in Zaria, operating in Maryland and kidnapping our boys in Ambazonia, killing our boys in Ambazonia, would be eliminated. I repeat, would be eliminated. We've sat quiet and very quiet for a very, very long time. Mark Bareta, I told you at the start of the struggle that we don't need a government. You insisted, oh, we need to govern ourselves. Oh, we need to do this. I told you we don't need to govern ourselves at this moment. We need to liberate ourselves. You see, the problem with you is that you reason 1 year after the reality. That is how you operate. And that is why you're always confused after the truth. When we say things because we know them and we master them, don't form a government in a revolution. You argue, oh no, it is important. We need to form a government, county by county, Prince Ayamba, whatever, Ayamba street. Do we need that? Do we need that in the revolution? Do we have a street when our boys, our women, our children are all in bushes sleeping in mosquito tents? Do we need that? We need streets after we must have liberated ourselves. And that's reality. I'm glad your eyes opened just a couple of weeks ago after we've been preaching this for the last 2 years. Tapang has been preaching this against everyone for the last 2 years. Your eyes opened only two weeks ago. And you said, we need to liberate ourselves first before we govern ourselves second. Right. That is how we have to operate. Mark, you're saying that I accused whoever, or you are saying that the people who committed the atrocity in Batibo are the ADFs. Do you have any proof? Any shred of proofs? Do you have any? Because your so-called tiger you've been preaching for has been eliminated? Or your so-called IG fighters have been eliminated? You stole weapons from the ADF. I said stole. Did you openly claim for once that General Ivo was right to have asked his weapons? Did you openly claim for once that General Ivo was right to have asked for his weapons? He gave you a week. No one respected. You all cursed him, accused him of running to Nigeria and sleeping in so-called Mukete coffee farm. He gave you 2 weeks. No one even called to order that his weapons should be returned. His weapons, and he openly said his weapons. No one counteracted that they were not his weapons. Instead, we heard commanders on the ground saying, if he get power, may come, can see we. Now he don't come, can see Wuna. Wuna the vex. Why are you angry? Ground Zero is not Facebook, Mark Bareta. Ground Zero is not Facebook. We've all had 2,000 likes on Facebooks, but they've never translated to 2,000 wins or 2,000 soldiers killed on the ground. Facebook and Ground Zero are two different paths. What I would suggest to you is to practice what Abraham and his brother Lot did. Abraham and his brother Lot separated in good faith. One took Facebook and the other one took Ground Zero. ADF will take Ground Zero and IG will take Facebook, okay? You want popularity, you want cheap views, you want your books to be sold, you want click per view or what click per pay or whatever on your blog. That is right. Do that. We are focused on the ground on Ground Zero. This is a revolution.